Good evening. Good evening. I talk a lot about getting into office and kind of cleaning up or reforming the type of people that we have currently there. And I saw a story today about an individual named Mason Murphy in the 8th Circuit Court down in St. Louis, Missouri. And I want you guys to understand that the law is so important because we do not want to revolt or tear this country down or any of those things. But the law is not more important than the character that's behind it. And that is important. So essentially what happened was this individual ran into a police officer, got mouthy with the police officer, and the police officer had no probable cause to arrest this person. Well, it was upheld in court that this police officer and those officers do not need probable cause to arrest you, and it can be found later. Now I'm gonna just read y'all what they found later because they said he was walking the wrong way. A Missouri statute requires pedestrians to walk only on the left side of the roadway or its shoulder facing traffic, which may approach from the opposite direction. So he was walking instead of walking on this side of the road, he's walking on the other side of the road, and they have a law against that. It's statute 300.405 for the Missouri revision down there. You would think that you are not about to get arrested for not knowing that, hey, if traffic is to my back when I'm walking, it may be against the law. Or, because this is just not common knowledge. But that's not why he was arrested. They were able to find that later and then say that because you did this, now we have something to put on you, but you're getting arrested. When I talk about the law, it is important to tell you that laws are based on precedent. That means that when you get in trouble, an individual will just make a ruling on you. There is nothing that is set in stone because things can just be thrown out. This means that if you have a person that is not of good character, that is not bound by some form of ethics, that is then oversaw by an ethics committee. Yes, there are steps and levels to this. That if you have a negative individual, they can create precedences that can be used in other states now. Because this law, it starts to just go all over the place. Hey, well, I'm going to argue for this case based on this case and this judge who made this ruling. So now we can put this in place in our state. That's how that works. So it is imperative that when we vote people in who can put people in these positions, that we have individuals that are telling you, I am a judge of good character, and that the interview that you do with me, and I'm going to go over your work and see what you've done. I want your work to be public. I want the public to know what you've done. I want the public to be able to say, hey, Governor Glover, you missed 8 cases where this individual did something that we don't agree with, and we want you to look at this before you put them in this position. That's the power of putting things back in our hands. We are governed for the people, by the people, and that's important. That's the type of governor that you're going to get, one that governs for the people, by the people. We have got to work together if we are going to reform some of these things that have been put in place that are hurting so many people unnecessarily. And let's not act like the cat's not out the bag. Just because you wear a uniform in America does not auto mean you are a good person. Just because you wear a suit and tie in America does not mean that we auto give you that you are a good person. We will look at what you've done in that position that you have. And if we want to continue to allow you the authority to govern over us, please start asking to be part of the vetting system so that your complaints can be something that is heard. We are all asking the same things and we're looking for the same results. Join me and get behind me as we work to fix some of these problems. Y'all have a great day.